The traditional British period drama is a polite, sanitised lie. We are raised to revere the undisputed, powdered wig majesty of the good old days, but Savage House is a violent rejection of all of it.
Dirty little piggy.
It's a grimy, maggot-infested, syphilitic reality check starring Queen Claire Foy and a knight of high society cinema, Richard E. Grant. But to really appreciate a film about a crumbling society putting up a desperate, glittering facade to hide its own decay, I don't need a time machine, I'm just going to drive down to Blackpool. Back in January I came down to Blackpool, to this very promenade, to watch Mercy. I tried to film a stupid dance video on the street to mock internet influencers, and inadvertently moonwalked my way straight into the middle of a far-right flag march. It was a loud, angry monument to people desperately yearning for a golden age Britain that never actually existed. Walking that promenade this weekend, the atmosphere is flipped. Flags are still upright, but it's for unity because we've got Harry Kane, Hey Jude, and the intoxicating, fleeting delusion of summer football glory. At least until the inevitable penalty heartbreak montage. And right alongside those football flags this weekend, it's Pride. The promenade is loud, vibrant, and alive with tolerance, acceptance, diversity, even Rainbow Jesus. But beneath the summer optimism, the grim reality of Blackpool is still breathing down your neck. It's got the lowest life expectancy for men in the entire UK, 73 years. To hide the grime, the council's throwing up flashy new buildings to modernise the town. It's a gleaming neon facade designed to paper over the cracks, quite literally in Blackpool, the crack. It's a destitute town trying to disguise its own rot. I needed an escape, so I was preparing myself for the opposite, for decadence. I bought a ticket for Savage House, ready to immerse myself in an 18th century aristocratic prestige. But because cinema, and modern culture in particular, is a soulless machine, the local multiplex literally cancelled the screening to feed the masses for an additional showing of Scary Movie 6.
We back! Getting old sucks.
So to actually find high society, I had to flee the rot of Blackpool, cross the border into Affluent, Lytham St Annes, and take my posh seat. And what I got wasn't the polite Downton Abbey fantasy. It was a film that violently strips away the layers of deceit to accelerate a downfall. As it turns out, Blackpool Council's crumbling, papered over promenade and the crumbling facade of the British aristocracy are the exact same thing, just separated by a few hundred years in better outfits. Savage House is a warts and gangrene and all tale of societal strain. Having sat through Masters of the Universe and Scary Movie 6 this week already, this film was comfortably the best of the bunch, and it was entirely worth the trek down to Lytham. The film is a disgusting, uncompromising look inside the walls of an 18th century stately home. We're talking overflowing chamber pots, gout, gangrene, mice, just mayhem. The inhabitants are drinking, gambling, philandering no-gooders who gamble it all away. They're living on the absolute precipice of despair, and the only thing they care about is cashing their high society checks and maintaining any form of illusion. At the centre of the rot, Richard E. Grant and Queen Claire Foy, and they're both magnificent. Sitting through Scary Movie 6 the night before, and for all its desperate lowbrow ass-eating jokes, let me assure you, it's significantly more shocking to see the television Queen of England getting her derriere devoured on the big screen and declaring absolute delight. They both lean into the absolute grotesqueness of these characters with zero hesitation. The narrative engine driving all this depravity is a simple, impending deadline. Word arrives that the Duke and Duchess of Devonshire are coming to stay in 10 days. What follows is a frantic, pathetic scramble as everyone scurries and squirms to make the house, and by definition their entire lives and social status, shipshape to accommodate them. They're frantically papering over the cracks before the ruling class arrives to judge them. This film's a wicked, razor-sharp strike at the heart of high society. From a pure filmmaking perspective, Savage House delivers. You get incredible acting, immaculate set design, and a script that genuinely provides as many laugh-out-loud moments as it does squirm-out-loud moments. I do really recommend this one. if your local multiplex hasn't completely surrendered to culture, pop culture, and you can actually find a screen showing it. But beyond the gangrene and the chamber pots, there's a much sharper point to be made here. It is something else entirely to look at the reality of 1715 and see how the masquerade, the desperate manufactured image of wealth and prosperity is so utterly fake. And then you look at today, you look at how many people right now are putting on a front just to fit in, trying to be exactly what society dictates, no matter the psychological or financial cost. We're raised to believe it's not very British to complain. You don't struggle out loud, you don't reach out, you keep your head down. But in this broken modern society, food banks adorning our streets and people living in genuinely desperate times, this movie pulls back any kind of velvet curtain. The top 1% indulge in their excesses, while the rest of us break our backs just trying to cling on, desperately trying to rise. But hey, stiff upper lip and all that, Brits. Tally ho, enjoy the football.
Would you like to know more?
Movies, popcorn.